this, and now we're recording. And since there's no one else chimed in, I'm just going to go through the agenda items, share some things on screen, because you're going to be watching this as a recording at a later time. So the interaction won't be the same, but the information will be the same. All right. And trying to get this share screen button here. There we go. All right. So I always am very grateful to brother Cody for sharing his account with us, so that we can use this luxury of his paid account. Thank you, brother. Got a little history lesson. Let's jump down to that. It's really important in our meetings that we learn things. Every meeting is like a class. Very much is a class. Informal, but at time to become enlightened. So the year was 1917. It's a long time ago. That was the day 50,000 lumber workers across the Pacific Northwest participated in an industry-wide strike called by the Industrial Workers of the World. The IWW had been organizing loggers for years around wages, hours, working conditions, and camp sanitation. The IWW began building for the strike in the aftermath of the Everett Massacre the previous fall. The Elizabeth Gurley Flynn started touring camps in Idaho. By March, the Wobblies, IWW organizers, members, established Local 500 of the Lumber Workers Industrial Union in Spokane to organize actions across the region. In his book, Empire of Timber, historian Eric Loomis details the chronology of events that led to the momentous walkout. In Idaho, loggers began walking off the job in April, when demands for improved bunkhouses and food, higher wages, and 8-hour day were refused. The strike spread to Washington state, the rest of Idaho, and into Montana and Oregon. Loomis notes that by August, they made employers feel their wrath. The strike cut production by over 80% and threatened war material. Infuriated timber bosses demanded federal troops be sent in to crush the strike, and IWW leaders be prosecuted for treason and sabotage. Raids and arrests were orchestrated throughout the Pacific Northwest, and the strike began to stall. After 10 weeks, the IWW called off the strike, but instructed workers to quit work after 8 hours. They continued to lead sanitation-related job actions that would substantially change conditions for the better. And in the agenda, which is available, by the way, we have a member joining us in the agenda. The agenda, by the way, is available on the website. I will navigate here, chicagotransitworker.com, and all you have to do is scroll down to union reformation, because that's what we're doing with these meetings. All right. We're not starting a union. We're just trying to make our union better. And then you click on here, Justice Coalition virtual meetings. And then you'll see the agendas here. So you can actually look at agendas from previous meetings as well. All right. So we have a member, Sister Willette. Can you hear me? Sometimes with this Zoom device, it can be tricky with connecting with your audio. So as soon as you have your audio connected, just say something. Right now, just so you know, we are recording this session, but you can put in a chat or something if you wanted to, if you want me to pause the recording or stop it. Yikes, sorry, everybody. I lost my agenda. Okay, so as we see from what happened in 1917, you're talking about a 10-week strike that was, some people could call it a defeat, or was it a defeat, right? We have to ask ourselves, okay, just because you didn't get everything you wanted, doesn't mean it's a loss. But if you didn't try, I think that's where the loss is. The loss is if you don't try to fight, and if you just give in and you concede without a fight. And that's what the IWW was doing. By the way, the IWW is still around. It's a somewhat different form than it was, but it is very much still revolutionary unionism, enforcing the contract on the shop floor, not relying on strikes, but relying on direct action. And direct action is actually more powerful than strikes. How is that? Direct action is, okay, for a strike, it is, okay, you keep offending me, or you're not going to comply with the contract, I'm going to strike, right? So I build up, strike, and I'm a union and I strike, right? We're the union when we strike. But a direct action is where, oh, okay, so you know, we have this hazard here, we have this offense, the offense towards the contract, something that's unsafe, members might be being harassed. So then the workers say, okay, boss, fix this now, and they don't fix it. And then the workers say, okay, we're gonna, you know, make a lot of noise during the lunch period. We're gonna walk out with signs and after work, we're gonna put flyers all over the place that let the public know about these crappy working conditions. There's various forms of direct action. You still have the power of the strike, but you don't, the strike is not the only way. It is not the only weapon that's used when you rely on direct action. So we have another participant in the meeting, Brother Andre. Can you hear me? I wonder if I got people muted or something. I hear some background noise. So I know somebody's audio is working.
That's fine. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Brother Andre.
Right.
Just so you know, this session's being recorded. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, when you dial in, it tells you that.
Okay.
So I'm good with it.
Cool. If we need to pause it, just let me know.
Okay, bro.
So yeah, we're just going through a couple things on the agenda here. Just did the history lesson. Let's jump to the organizing lesson. And Sister Willette is here too, but she's not connected yet with her audio, or just on the sidelines for now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump to our organizing lesson for this morning. And I'm gonna go to number 7. Okay, let me make this window. Close that pop-up. Excuse me, almost there. And 6, we did 6 last week. All right, number 7, it's all about power. Power. In any workplace, the underlying issue is power. Who has it? Who wants it? How is it used? Power is the whole ball of wax, says Hetty Rosenstein, who headed the local of public workers in New Jersey for many years. Yet many people are uncomfortable with power. They find it, they're uncomfortable with power. They find it hard to talk about it and are reluctant to seek it. People shy away from the conflict and unpleasantness it implies. I'm just gonna, while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna mute everybody here for a second. People want to believe that if we're fair and we're brilliant, then we will get what's right, Rosenstein observes. But it isn't enough. You can't just empower yourself. I'm sorry, I got all these windows here. You can't just empower yourself. You have to take it away from management. Organizers need to understand what makes it hard for people to push for power. Then you can help them take the first step. When training Chicago teachers, and I want to add something to that, is that's what our union leadership in Chicago does, ATU in Chicago, is they think they can be brilliant. They think they can be fair, and we're going to get what we want. They can talk. We could talk our way into a great contract. We can't. You end up conceding when you talk. You can end up giving up. So organizers need to understand what makes it hard for people to push for power. Then you can help them. When training Chicago teachers to organize their coworkers, organizer Matthew Luskin starts with the discussion of power. What is it? Is it good or is it bad? Landscapers here, hang on. Yeah, now that's some power, right? That lawnmower and that motor, and they're on this little scooter, right? Who has it? Where does power come from? He asks, what would we do if we had all the power in the world? So the group brainstorms a list: affordable housing for all, free healthcare, no more wars, education instead of prisons. Without warning, Luskin slips into a role play. He writes power on a piece of paper and holds it up over his head. Well, this is a nice list that you all made, he tells the group, but I have all the power and I have a few issues with it. Channeling a corporate executive, a politician, or an obnoxious supervisor rolled into one, he starts ridiculing their list and crossing things off. Healthcare? All you have to do is pay me for it. I own some great insurance companies and hospitals. Why would I want free higher education? This one's ridiculous. Luskin can carry on this tirade indefinitely. He won't stop until a group of people stands up, chases him down, and snatches the paper labeled power out of his hands. People figure out pretty quickly what's going on. Often someone pipes up to say, all we need to take power, we all need to take power from him. But still, it's usually a long time after that before people get up the nerve to do it. Afterwards, they talk about why it took so long. People were embarrassed. They didn't want to look stupid. They were afraid of being the first one to act. They weren't sure other people would back them up. These concerns are universal, and Luskin emphasizes they're perfectly reasonable. Fighting for power is risky and uncomfortable, especially at first. What gets people through it? Having a plan, seeing someone else take a risk, and finding safety in numbers. And this is one thing that we're trying to do with Sister Kathy and myself with these flash protests at Howard Terminal. Just for like 10 minutes before I start work, we just go out with a sign and a bullhorn and we live stream something talking about our working conditions. This is one little tiny example of what we can do as individuals to be the type that others will see, oh, they're taking a risk. And then they will be more willing to take a risk. There's more to this article. Let's do a little discussion. I'm gonna unmute everybody. And it looks like we have a guest. Also, we have a brother Michael. Oh, he's gone. Okay. So I thought we had brother Michael Bente in here from Philadelphia, but he disappeared. So anybody would like to talk? Anyone have any comments about what I just read? You have to unmute yourself.
Just learning.
Oh, okay. So seeking out mentors. As your organizing takes off or runs into roadblocks, you'll soon need individual support and feedback from an experienced organizer. If you're in a union, try asking your local staff or officers for help. Well, Andre, I don't know about that.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not going to happen in Chicago, is it?
Not local 241 and local 308 now.
No.
Not with these officers that we have.
No. What kind of answers do we get when we ask them for help about organizing? Can't tell CTA what to do.
We plan on doing something. We plan on doing something. We got things in the works, like stuff like that.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Working on something. That's what they say. Yeah.
They're not reaching out. They're not reaching out to none of the members though, as they plan on doing something, and they got the means to do it. They got the money to make it happen, but that's not where they at. The only issue, the only concern is the union being in control of the union treasury. Just like the local 308 turned your motion around for the $10,000 for rally material into more money to show off for the picnic that's coming up.
Oh, by the way, I have to give credit to President Dixon. That was actually his motion. I voted for that motion, of course.
Yeah, but he turned it around.
Yeah.
Of course, it's okay. Well, if it was his motion, then that'd even make it even more obvious what he's doing. He taking the money and turning it around and put it back into the picnic to give everybody shirts, look like little Bobsy twins out there.
You broke up, and they look like what out there?
I can't hear you.
You broke up. You broke up.
I was saying he's taking the money and turning it around and putting it back into the picnic so everybody can have on shirts that's supposed to be for organizing, but it's going to be nothing but a photo op and to make everybody look like Bobsy twins while they out there at the picnic or the barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cynical. It's so sad that what they do, you know. And let's see. Oh, it looks like we got another one in here. Sister Nicole's coming in here, so make sure you put on your audio, sister. So it says in some locals, they'll be thrilled to hear from you and a great resource. If not, look elsewhere. And that's what we're doing, right? We're looking elsewhere, looking within, right? And here's something that's pretty cool. They say labor notes events are terrific places to meet organizing mentors. And that's part of why we put them on. And I have to say, that was where I learned about what unions are really supposed to be, is at a labor notes conference when I first was hired on and first became a member of Local 308. And of course, they were there. The president, the leadership was there of our local, but Their business unionism is it was just for show while they were there. They were not militant at all. And it says Teamsters for a Democratic Union. Look for jobs with Justice Coalition, but they're talking about jobs with justice, not the Justice Coalition. But of course, the Justice Coalition, we are trying to do this. Sister Nicole, can you hear me? So you're muted. You'll have to unmute yourself, but just so you know, we are recording. If there's something you want to discuss and you want us to pause the recording, I will. Good morning.
Eric, can
Hey,
you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey.
you sound great. I hear you.
Good. I was in the car driving, so I was pretty much listening.
Okay, please don't be distracted when you operate your vehicle.
Oh, no. I was just driving and listening, but I just chimed in. I just came from working out. So just want to say good morning to everybody who's in the meeting.
Good morning, Nicole. Did you get a chance to watch the show?
I did. I just smiled the whole time. You guys were very impressive. And I was like, they didn't even tell me they were doing it. And I was like, look at them. Hopefully one day I can join y'all on the show.
Okay. That'll work.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, it was all a surprise to Sister Cheryl just popped this on us.
Friday.
Yeah.
She changed it on Friday so we can come for Saturday because we could not go on Friday.
Yeah. She made it. She totally rearranged her normal schedule to do it, to accommodate
us. We didn't have
students.
much time to react. You know what I'm saying? It was like a yes. Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. And we've been talking about it with her, but it's just like things never really came together. And then it was just like things came together all of a sudden. And we're like, whoa, let's go do this.
Well, I was glad that things came together. That was really good. That's a good way of networking and getting, our vision and word out of what, we trying to do.
Yeah.
I think that was great. I smelled it was a great show. I loved it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you can talk more about it, the things that we talk about to your coworkers more and more. Well,
slowly but surely, I am talking to the coworkers. I'm inviting them to, I said, a lot of people say they're not on Facebook, but I said, well, I remember times when I wasn't on Facebook and it's some things that you can get on to help you. I said, and stop giving your money away.
Yep.
So I said, at least learn some knowledge. I said, these people are working hard to just get the knowledge out. And once you get the knowledge, you will see that you're just wasting your money and no one's fighting for you. So you got to start fighting for yourself. And,
those are perfect words you just said. Once you get the knowledge, you'll see. And that's all these members, they just got to start reading. They can't just listen to union reps talk to them. Once they start reading and getting the knowledge, like you said, they'll see for themselves. And then the union officials will start getting upset at them or start disliking them.
No, because you know what? We're going to take this union back. They ain't going to be able to stop liking the members. We're going to get this union back and the members going to be in charge and we're going to stop disliking them.
Right, that'll work. We wouldn't have no problem for them getting involved.
241 and 308.
Yeah, we wouldn't have no problem for them helping the members out, but that ain't where their mind is at.
Well, and then there wouldn't be no problem with getting disrespected by the CTA because they'll know their rights. But they don't, and it's sad, and I say this a lot, they got to start priding themselves in their job and where they spend their money at. While they think, oh, it's $72, I can call up my president because he's my friend, and he's gonna come bail me out. Well, you can put those $72 to better use when you know what you need to know, and then your president you ain't got to call him; he be running to you because the managers and supervisors and clerks, they'll be respecting you as they should. But they think that local 241 and 308 some dummies. They don't care we just take their money. They don't care. We can take their money. They're not gonna say nothing. They're not gonna call us on it.
Can I add something to what you're saying?
Sure.
So what you're talking about is direct action. And that's revolutionary unionism. That is, we don't have to rely on a union officer on a phone to come and make a deal and bail us out. Like you said, we bail each other out. We help each other.
Absolutely.
And by doing that, we end up being proud of who we are and what we do, because we look after each other. And I just want to add though about the clerks though, because they are in our local, and sometimes we tend to bunch them in with management, but we got to understand they're between, they're stuck between management and the other workers, especially in transportation, on the transportation clerks, you know what I mean, the rail and the bus. So they actually, my personal experience with clerks has been, they have actually, many of them have actually looked out for me in a sense of, hey, Eric, you know, here, check, make sure you do your report like this and that, you know, where they kind of help me to keep from screwing up too much, you know.
I just think like on the bus side, it's a little different. And
Okay.
that's
fine.
Because, pardon me?
That's fine. I can go along with that. You know, your experience.
Well, I'll just say because that's the role they should take on. But it's like, for me, I just take on the perspective, I'm gonna do my job. I know my job, I'm gonna do my job. But I like to instill this in the members, and I want to help bring integrity back to the unions. And the one thing is that we got to remember that everyone has a job to do. And like as bus operators, train operators, just a member of the union anyhow, CTA needs to respect us as internal customers. They value customer service. So when you're dealing with the bus operators, you have to help them get everything they need. So we are internal customers. So CTA pride themselves in customer service. So we have to hold them accountable for treating us like they treat the outside customers.
Yes, that's
so.
our
And
job.
so what I mean, and what I say about the clerks on the side, not all clerks, not knocking them. What I'm saying about the clerks is, so when an operator comes in and they ask for a running time, some clerks be like, how many times you gonna ask me for a running time? Well, you need to provide me with whatever I need to do my job. And so to me, that's internal customer service. If you want to run a time every day, the clerk is not supposed to give you an attitude. It's supposed to give you one. So that's what about bringing respect, because I think that if we could respect integrity, I can't even say it.
Integrity.
Certain areas.
No, integrity. Back to the union. If we all respect each other and work together, we don't work together. We all work against each other.
Well,
and that's on our side. Not take nothing from you.
Yeah.
And your experience.
No, and I know what you mean. I've run into clerks that are real nasty. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is the clerks are in our union. Okay. Yeah. So it's like we have to, what I'm trying to encourage is that let's focus. I mean, definitely talk about how we need to, but let's be careful pointing out the clerks and putting them in with
my point,
management, you know?
My point
because they're not.
Is that if we could all be on the same level and respect that we all are in the same union, it will make us a stronger union.
Somebody's making a lot of noise.
Oh, that was me. My fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you.
That's right. He over there to eat.
Sounds like you cooking something. Okay, Nicole, go ahead.
No, my point is, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying if we all get on the same level and we can all see ourselves as members of Local 241, that could make us stronger.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not bashing them or hooking them up with management. I'm just saying that it all has to come together. So like, one thing for CTA to be successful, if they got everybody on the same page, the company would run better. But the thing about it is, one department don't talk to the other department. It's too many bosses, you know. But it's rules. So that's the thing. If we can get everybody on one accord, and that's my thing about saying clerks and supervisors. If we all could get on the same page, how much stronger we would be as a union.
I agree, and you're right. And I apologize if I misunderstood.
Oh no, you didn't. No, not ever, brother Eric. You never.
And we have to, though, we do have to accept the reality, though, that we will never have everyone. Even in 1979, during the last strike, there were police escorting strike breakers. Okay. And so we are going to have people, and I'm just saying in general, I'm not just saying for strike, but you're going to have coworkers that are just not going to go along with the majority. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have to, those people are sometimes dealt with in unofficial capacity, like flash tires and stuff, but
Right.
you know, let's not hang our success.
Let's not slash no tires.
Right, of course.
Right.
No slashing, everybody. Only
no slashing.
no official slashing. But the point is that let's make sure that we don't hesitate in our militancy, in our organizing, because we don't have everybody on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have some people that came in since we started. Sister Janice is here, and we are recording. If you want to say something that you don't want recorded, just let me know and I'll pause it. And go ahead, sister, please speak if you want. Okay. All right. So oh, did you say something, Jana? Sister Jan?
No, I'm on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Okay, you got your phone on mute. The little what do you call it? The little Zoom thing says your mic is on, but you put your phone on mute. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
But good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And we'll do. I'll just jump into these introductions because we want to move on. And you know, I'm Eric Basir, rail car repairman out of Howard. Sister Janice, just introduce yourself real quick. Anything you'd like to add?
Janice out of Forest Park, CSA.
Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. Oh,
morning.
Eric, I just asked you one question. I don't know if you touched on it now. About the band-aids that we're wearing across our right eye. Can I put on my band-aid equal pay for equal work? The equal sign.
Yep, if you can fit it on there.
Yeah, I can fit it on there because I'm going to use the equal sign and then I'm going to put the number 4. So I can put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it fits,
Fantastic.
right. Yeah, just now, just make sure you're putting it under the eye. Don't put it on your eye. You're going to mess up your lashes.
Thank you, Eric.
Brother Eric is on it.
So yeah. And I think I forgot to wear mine Friday. I've been wearing it like every day. And I've been telling coworkers and passing them out. So I'm out of bandages. I got to buy more now. I'm all out.
Well, that's great.
And you can reuse them. You can reuse them too. Great. And let's see, Nicole, did you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nicole Williams. I'm a bus operator out of 103rd Garage.
Wonderful. And Willette, I think Willette is just chilling in the background. Well, Willette, if you want to introduce yourself, please go ahead. So Willette, just so everybody knows, she helped organize our meeting, our in-person meeting last week. It was really good. Okay, so let's move on. We did our introduction. So let's talk about the July 25th meeting. I'll start.
Excuse me, Eric.
Hey, there she is.
I was on mute. I'm sorry.
It's okay. How about you introduce yourself?
I've been on the phone for the longest. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Jan.
Hey, Willette.
Hey, Willette.
Good morning.
Hey there,
Willette.
Andre. Yeah, baby.
Hey, Willette.
All right.
Yes.
Willette, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, I got a phone call about you after we had our meeting. It was very strange. And they said, how do you know Willette? I said, well, I just met her today. Funny thing. You and my good friend Stephanie Gaden are cousins.
Stephanie who?
Gaden.
Shut up.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Get out of here.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
she
small
told me
world,
that.
isn't it?
It's a small world.
Small world, and it's getting smaller every day because we getting ready to take over.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Okay, then. See, you never know.
You never know.
And can I just put this little point in there for all of you that have contributed with me, with my niece, my great niece, and my sister? They did their goal. They made it.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
they made the 2,500. They end up with 26 something. So thank
that's
you all
amazing.
so very much. See,
All right.
together.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, hey, all right, we're doing a debriefing of the July 25th meeting. So this is a great segue regarding the Kickstarter for your niece, which everyone at the meeting was told about, and some were able to invest. So, what did you? Let's start with you, Willette.
Okay.
Tell us about the meeting. You don't have to do a report in the meeting, but tell us some important points that you took from the meeting that could be that we need to work on, or that we did well, or whatever you think.
You're talking about the popping off?
No,
The meet and
not
greet.
right now. Last week
Right. See, I
in
missed that
person.
part because I was on mute. Okay,
Yes.
what meeting are you referring to?
July 25th at Hawkeyes.
Oh, okay. At that meeting we did, and we covered a lot of ground, and we had people that are so interested, which is really good. And with everyone informing, if you just inform one person and that person inform one person, you'd be surprised at how the word will get around, and we will be able to advance. So the thing is, I enjoyed that, and I really enjoy that more than I enjoy Zoom. I'm gonna tell you the truth, because I'm always having a problem with my phone. I need a new phone, but I'm a CSA, so I can't afford one.
I hear you.
Once I become full time, I'll be able to have a real phone.
Yeah.
We keep fighting. That's what we're fighting for. Full-time jobs and fair contracts.
Yes.
And we cannot, everybody listen, we cannot concede, we cannot relent. We must hold on to this as our cornerstone, because we can't be like, okay, fine, part-time, but give us at least $20 an hour and one vacation
Absolutely.
day. We
So
can't, because
at the meeting, she said when she started working, there was part-time job.
okay, tell you what, there's a lot of noise going on, and a lot of other people are making noise. So everybody, if you're not talking, please mute your phone. Okay, just mute your phone if you're not talking. And then Willette, could you repeat what you just said, please?
Okay, I stated at the meeting, a lot of ground was covered, and it's good to have people that's interested and that are really sincere in getting the word out to others. And if all of us just tell one other person and they tell one other person, we will definitely conquer. We will not be in the background anymore. And it's really a good thing because of the fact we need this. Different things happen. And at the meeting, when we were stating this fact is full-time jobs, we need to stick to that. I agree with Eric. At one point I was saying, well, you know what? Let's move on to something. No, let's stick right there. Because if you keep going back and forth, you going here, going there, going here, they don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. But if we stick to the same thing and we both believe in the same thing, we're doing the same thing, we will accomplish the same thing. Because they're talking about in the contract, as you can see the proposal, talking about $20.68 for us, and that's next July. This July, they're starting people off with $15, and I'm at the top at 16 and some change. Something's wrong with that picture. So the thing is, we got to fight, and we cannot stop. And I believe, my way is They tell you they're gonna give you this, they're gonna give you that. But the thing is, let them say what they're gonna say, and we can just continue to do what we're doing. Don't let them know sometimes what we're planning. You know, let them be 3 steps behind us. You know, they think they got it going on, and when they look up, we have taken over. That's how I look at it.
And you know, sister, that is exactly how it happened with CORE and the CTU. It didn't happen overnight. It took quite a few years.
Right.
Okay. But it was being done progressively, you know, and that's how CTU changed from a crap business union like ours to something militant that we admire. You know. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And thank you for organizing this meeting. Could also, we have to talk about, I reached out to Tom, but it's like, we got to come up with another in-person meeting, but we need maybe to do it later in the afternoon. So the lower seniority people may be able to participate on the weekend, you know?
Fantastic.
So work on something.
Fantastic.
Maybe work on something with you and Jan and Sharon on the next in-person, and then let's also talk about Andre and I were talking about possibly a different location, still central, but possibly
Okay.
something maybe where there wasn't like loud music, because it was kind of hard for us to talk over the music. I don't know. Something to think about.
Well, we'll see if we can find another we'll see venue rather, because it's kind of hard when you get places and they're not playing music, even if you're eating or, you know, just unless you go to a library.
Right. Right.
So we'll look into that. You know,
we can go to the Golden Corral or something like that, because that's no music, you know, and we could sit down, still eat, and people could talk.
I don't understand what you.
And Golden Corral is nice. Golden Corral is nice.
Yeah, it's
So
nice.
We'll find one that's centrally. Yeah, we'll find one that's centrally located, and then we'll get back. We'll get back between now and let's see. The next Zoom meeting is when?
We're gonna try to do
Next
this
Sunday, right?
We're gonna try to do this every.
Well, the
Sunday.
retirees use it on 159th, and they use the meeting room. You know what I'm saying? So that means just them, but it's like maybe 80 of them be in there. But you can get like a little spot to yourself.
Okay.
You know, off to yourself if you got like 20 people.
But
other than that,
where is that?
Talk with 8 or 9.
But why don't you do that? You look into that as we look into it, and then once we find out, you know, conclusively who's got what and what's better, then we can go there. We have no problem. I'm sure I can speak for Jan and Sharon. We won't have a problem with that. If someone else comes up with another venue, that's okay with us. But we will be looking as well.
So let's again, I don't want you to think no, we're unilaterally deciding not to do this place again, because ultimately it would be great if we had a couple choices, which includes Hawkeyes, and then we can let them.
Absolutely.
We can let the group members vote and choose what they want. You know what I'm saying? So we could promote a poll for the Justice Coalition to get people to contribute, and then we'll go with the majority, right?
Absolutely. We have no problem with that. That's what I say. That won't be a problem. If anyone can come up with any suggestion, I just knew that place was a place that we could have, and it would, you know, accommodate us. So anybody else can come up. I am for that. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of those. I am Democratic. Okay, so it makes a difference.
So
I love it.
let's next week, let's come up with 3. You guys work up at least 3 locations. Willette and Andre and others. Anyone else? 3 locations that are centrally located. We don't want to go too far south or too far north. Okay, and come with something next week. Okay, is that all right?
Okay, no problem.
Cool. Thank you. All right, so next is Nicole. Did you have any feedback about July 25th, our in-person meeting at Hawkeyes? Nicole, a few
I
thoughts?
did have
feedback. What I saw from that meeting is I watched from when I first started talking to you guys and organizing with you guys is that I think that it's becoming a success because one thing that I noticed is that at each meeting we tend to grow one more person.
Should use some ice cold ginger ale.
Okay, whoever else is, please mute your phone if you're not speaking. Thank you. Go ahead, sis.
So that's good news to me. Like if some people think like this not working, I believe it is working because if every meeting we gain one person, about time we finish, we'll be where we need to be, and everybody will start like well, dang, everybody's in this meeting, and so I just think we need to keep on doing that word of mouth, spreading the word, inviting a friend. So every time I have a meeting, try to invite a friend because if we gain one more person every meeting, that would be fantastic. It was great seeing,
Absolutely.
people there.
Great. Thank you. So, brother, let's see, Sister Janice, how about you? What did you think of the July 25th in-person meeting?
I thought it was great. I enjoyed the camaraderie of my fellow coworkers, and so I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I'm just looking forward to getting out and doing some protesting at a central location, and I enjoyed the popping off last night. I really enjoyed that. So I'm just looking forward to doing whatever we need to do to progress.
Wonderful. Thank you. And then Andre, brother Andre, what's your feedback about the July 25th?
I thought it was great. A lot of fun. Food was good. The conversation was good. So, I don't have no problem with what we did. I think it inspired people when they saw us. I forgot to even realize to take some more pictures, but you took two pictures, so they was great. You got on Facebook, and people see that, and they see that we're doing stuff, and that brings more attention to what we're trying to do, which is just fight for the membership as a whole, full-time jobs, fair contract, and respect.
Wonderful. And by the way, while you all were talking, I was putting on screen chicagotransitworker.com, and on the head page, it says view the official CTA ATU contract proposals. So you can see everything. We got the 241 stuff, the CTA stuff, the local 308 stuff, all in one central location for you. All right. And the union leadership hates our website. I just want to let you all know when I mentioned it. Remember, if you're not speaking, make sure you mute yourself because I'm hearing a lot of noise. Remember, but just to let you know, when I mentioned this at a local 308 meeting, the Secretary Treasurer freaked out on me when I mentioned the website. They do not like our website. They're very angry. So make sure you share it to piss them off some more, because we're sharing information and we make it easy for people. They don't want it to be easy. They like it to be difficult. It's annoying, but we have to do it. Maybe eventually they'll wake up and not be like that. But for now, we just got to do what we got to do. All right, even if it pisses them off. All right. Next item is the popping off. So any feedback, let's just leave it totally open. If you don't have anything to say, it's fine. What did you think about Sister Cheryl's interview of me, Kathy, and Andre? How did we do? Be honest. How did I say anything that was incorrect, offensive to you? What about Andre? What about Kathy's not in the meeting right now to address it, but as co-organizers, we're trying to help be an example of what we need to be as a union, right? So one thing our union leadership refuses to do is ever admit mistakes. They act like they're perfect. And we are not elected. I mean, I'm a delegate, but we're not, you know, like elected leaders or officers. So we're still trying to be humble and trying to be accountable. And all of us need to be that way, okay? So tell us, be honest, those of you that watched it, what didn't you like that we said? What did you like? Let's start with Sister Jan.
I'm sorry, I was muted. It was professional. You guys were professional. You were informative, and you were respectful. I mean, what more can it be? You were more than our union is, because they are not like that. So you guys were perfect as far as I'm concerned. I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy that contract that I found and shared it with?
Yeah, you're hilarious. That's all I'm going to say from that one.
The undercover plumber.
He is not funny at all.
Okay, Andre, it's your turn now.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I appreciate Sister Cheryl for inviting us. I think she is working hard to work with us, and I appreciate that from her. I think we all did what we could, or what we understand. You know, we're not lawyers, we're not union officials, we're members that's doing the job. So we did everything we could from our heart and the best we could from our experience. And I thought that was a lot of good experience there with yourself, Kathy, and myself. I mean, because I'd have been through it. Kathy'd have been through it, and you read a lot about it. So I thought it was great.
Great. Thank you. Sister Willette, what did you like? Did you not like about how Andre, myself, and Kathy conducted ourselves on Sister Cheryl's show?
Okay, number one, I'm always late entering, but I finally got on that as well 20 minutes later. And I really hated that because I loved it. Everything was fine. It's just one thing I did not like, and that was the fact that I did not know about it. That you are, but now since I know and that's been explained, I'm okay. You know, it's really a good thing because, you know, I could have had more people. I said, look at this, you know, tune in. But everything you said, I concur with Jan. You know, it was inviting, it was warm, it was truthful. You know, people that didn't know would know, and it made a big difference in somebody's life, I'm sure. And I just love the fact that you three guys were on there. Kathy has a plethora of knowledge. You know, she's been there. Okay, Jan, me, Nicole, Andre, on the other side of the coin, you know, we're working it and we have to be involved with it. So the thing is, that's the only thing with us that differs, because, you know, we can't, you know, a lot of things we've gone through that we have to still go through, and it's bad. But then what can you do? But keep trying. But I loved it. I really did. It was good, and it was timely. And everybody did, as Andre stated. You guys did what you needed to do to get everything across to the people that were listening. And I really appreciate all three of you. All three of you.
Well, thank you, sister, and we definitely
We
appreciate you.
that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you and everybody else that participates and steps up, and even those who we don't know yet.
And Sister Willette,
absolutely.
You that CRA, what's your percentage? Oh, I keep on forgetting. CRA, whatever.
CSA.
Keep telling y'all the
no, CSA.
CSA. Okay, keep telling the other CSAs, because, you know, I hadn't, like I tell Eric all the time, I had no idea this was going on with you guys. And the bus drivers, when they do find out, it blows them out the water. So just, they need to,
sure.
You know, if they're struggling and they having a hard time dealing with what they done got into with the CTA, they need to speak out and tell everybody in the CTA. Because I've been here all this time, and it just blows me out the water. Because I used to hear a driver, one of the CRAs get on the bus and say, I've been doing this for 5 years. I just thought that's because he wanted to. I had no idea you guys were like forced into it. So, we need to know, and they need to keep speaking up. Tell all your coworkers, speak up, speak out.
Well, you know what? That's one thing for sure. For sure. And, it makes a difference because of the fact they'll tell you, you could go into operating. You could do this, you can do that. Operating is not for everyone. And different things that they have. Even with 241, I got a lot of 241 friends. I got a neighbor that got beat up. Okay, 241. She had just started and they tried to feed her some garbage. And I told her, they cannot do that to you. I don't care. You were on CTA property. You were injured. You had an altercation. The person, they beat her. She had to have all kinds of surgery. She's out of that Chicago garage. And it's just and when I heard what she had to go through, I was blown out the water. This is ridiculous. And, they try to get all of us to pit against each other. They got the CSAs against the CSRs, CSRs against CSAs, and then they get all of the train against the buses. That's because they want to divide and conquer. But see, there's strength in numbers. We have to stay together. If we can stick together, like I say, one person telling one person, tell another person. And I know with Jan does it. I know Sharon does it, and I definitely do it. And, I had, my own team at one point, we were doing we still do a lot of stuff. But like now, we need people to come up with the truth. If you come up and you telling the truth, they can see that it's nothing, no disparity, with this pay, then we can do a lot of things, Dre. And you just got to stay, you stay the course. You've had all these years, but you got still life in you, breath in you. Keep going, keep it going. Nicole is great. I love her. And so, a lot of things that she'll do, she'll say, you can't be afraid. It's going like, I am Black. I go back to slavery times with my 4 parents. In school, my major was Black history. So therefore, it's a lot of things that we go through, we shouldn't go through, but you're gonna go through. So, you just have to know how to go through. And Eric, as far as you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over, but Eric, as far as you, with the knowledge you have, the research you're doing, the way in which you read up on stuff, you sharing that information, it's nothing more that we can do. We just got to get it out there. And I would like the union claim they have classes and they do this and they do that, but no, they do it when you cannot be there. You can't attend things happening. If we can do what we're doing, and we just take, like Nicole said too, we take one step at a time, one chapter. We do what we can do. We come together and we talk about that. Then we're getting more knowledgeable as well. So therefore, when as my mom used to say, when you know what to do, you do what you know. And so we don't want to go out there feeding them garbage and, hey, we all want food. So the thing is, hey, we just got to keep it going and going strong. That's all. Because I have been disheartened throughout my career at CTA, but I'm still there. So that's saying something in itself. And I'm one of the ones, though, man, striking. I have nothing on my record. I've been there 8 years. I have nothing. My record is clean. So I can miss a day off work. I'll take that year to have to stay on that if it means fighting for what's right. And that's how we have to look at it.
That's why you keep a clean record so you can take a hit.
Said it so. That's right, baby. She said it eloquently, and can nobody say it any better. If you do your job, you don't need representation. Because I can represent myself better than any union rep. I know I can, because I know me, I know what I've done. And if I'm going to fess up to what I've done, and then I can talk to see if, okay, well, this here causes this, and different things that happen. But we got to know that contract. We got to change this SOP. We got to change the bylaws. Yeah. The bylaws come with all things. Eric, I forgot. I had mentioned something at that meeting, and remember they were saying we want to change the bylaws and that we have to change the bylaws. I mentioned so many things you probably forgot as well, but that's what we got to do. Go back over the bylaws,
Yeah.
Go for things that we know, and always involve 241. Now, always, I hate the fact that I was ignorant to the fact that 241 could come to our meetings and we could go to their meetings. I was ignorant to that fact. Now,
It's right in
the
writing,
thing
though.
is, we need to do so we'll know what's going on.
Yes.
Well,
You know,
I
that's
can
right.
tell you, I can give
But
you
you
a
know, when
clue.
you
What
don't read
what
or you miss that
gotta read.
part, yeah.
Read. That's why we tell people all the time, read your
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
Constitution.
That's what I say.
Read your bylaws.
That's what
That's all you gotta
happens.
do.
Yeah.
And that's right in the Constitution.
Yep.
About visiting other union.
And
You
it
can go
brings it
to
to
a
you.
different country, to a
And
different
it brings
city,
it to you.
and you can visit ATU meetings. Nope. And I have done it in Washington before. You know, went to their
So
meetings. They didn't have no problem.
thank you.
You know what? We got to just start. And once we get a little stronger, because we're getting strong. It's like Nicole said, you know, if you just got, like I said, if you tell one person, that person tell one person, I've did a lot of things in my life and it goes that way, you know, it trickles down. And really, anytime you talk to a person that has more, you know, out of the mouth and they hear you, they see you, they believe you, then you can get them. It's just the fact that, you know, you just have to have that, the time that they need, you know, to see you, the time they need to come to a meeting. Because on Sundays, like I say, like now, I'm like Nicole, I'm still in my car. I done drove around. I've been in a laundromat. I done been to the store. I've been to the 7-Eleven, and now I'm at the hardware. So, you know, it's a lot of things I do, but I try to make a sacrifice for something that's important to me.
Thank
and
you.
I will do that.
And sister, it's ever since we first met when I was carrying around those recommitment forms for the secretary, you know, it's always been great.
Right.
Yeah, you really inspired me. So let me just
Absolutely.
say a couple things about this, adding to what you all said, and that is what Sister Cheryl did was revolutionary, and it was bold, and she is not exceptional. I am not exceptional. Yes. None of us are exceptional. We all can do bold things. We just gotta find what that is, and we have to encourage each other. And even if that means, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes before you tap in at your station, that you just stand outside the station holding a sign about, you know, we need a good contract, we need full-time jobs, no more assaults, we need 2-person crews, whatever it is that you want to say. And then you put the sign away and go tap in and go to work. You know, these kinds of things do make a difference. I'll give you an example. So Kathy and I were at Howard protesting. We did these flash protests, just 10 minutes, you know, with the bullhorn. Before, I'm gonna mute you real quick, Willette, because I know you're doing things. So before I went downstairs, I went to the break room in Howard, and I walked in the break room with a sign that said no more assaults on CTA workers, and I greeted all the coworkers. I just did one lap around the break room and said, hey, y'all have a great day. You know, I mean, you could do any of that stuff if you are off the clock. That's the key. Don't protest while you on the clock, and that will help your coworkers. That will inspire your coworkers. You know, we don't want the coworkers to start worshiping us. Okay, we don't want them to say, hey, you need to be president, you need to be this. We don't want to focus on that. We want to focus on them being strong and brave. And Sister Cheryl is a worker like the rest of us, and she just does bold, brave things. And we can do, we don't have to be as elaborate as she is. It could be simple stuff like the Band-Aid or something else, you know, but please do not be afraid. Fear is going to kill us. All right. I think we had everyone, comment on that. Nicole, Nicole, you talked about popping up. No, it's your turn, Nicole. Did you say anything about popping up? No.
I did, just very briefly when I came in, you asked me about the show, but I'll say something else. And all I'll say is I really love it. I love the show. I like all the boldness from Sister Cheryl and you and Andre and Kathy. I just love it. But one thing that I take away from the show, not take away, what I loved about the show was that I listened. I learned things. I am not very smart about the union. Like I said, I've been giving my money away to them just because, just going through the motions. But I listened. I learned things that I didn't know, and I like that you guys agree to disagree. That's what I take away from the show the best. To agree to disagree and learning. And it's just powerful to me. I just sit back and look and listen and take in what I can take in, and hopefully I can spill it out to somebody else. So I love the show all the way around. I've been watching it ever since she started. Well, since I knew she started it. And it really surprised me that you guys are on it. And I just like, this should be interesting. Because Eric found the contract hilarious. But I enjoyed it. I really did.
Thank you.
And I love all the
Eric
props
is not
too.
Eric is not funny.
He's hilarious, right? Hilarious.
I am
Funny
not
is an
funny.
understatement.
Andre, I am not funny. I am
Not
unsanctioned.
at all.
I am unsanctioned and unauthorized. The troublemaker.
Oh,
I love
okay.
it.
Crazy.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay, so one thing though that I noticed, and Willette said this, is no one really knew about it. And we have to do so much better communicating as a union with members. But a lot of times the officers, they don't want to try hard to communicate. They just want to put out a letter, put something on Facebook, on a group that only some people who like them are on. So we have to use simple things like email, and the local 308 is trying to do that, which is cute, but still communication is on lockdown. And I do apologize. I do apologize, Sister Willette, that you didn't know about it. It all happened at the last minute. Also, Sister Cheryl is very peculiar about the way she does things. So, I didn't want to put too much out there. I did do a little thing on the boogeyman group that I have. And she told me naughty because she wanted to surprise everyone that we were on. So I kind of.
But the thing of it is, Eric, everybody after the show was done, we put it out so everybody can view it. Because we wasn't trying to make it where people. We made it where people could see it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but it's all over. It's still all over Facebook right now.
And definitely, I shared it, and everybody should share it. That'll get the word out.
And we are, and I do apologize to Sister Cheryl for spoiling it again. I apologized on the air. I was just, geeked about it. But that was the thing, Sister Willette. Sister Cheryl wanted to kind of surprise everybody. She wanted to really kind of like, whoa, these people are all in one room at the same time. Whoa. And of course, the union bosses are there. You even see Ken Franklin commenting about, well, at least they're not bashing the union officers. Give me a break. Get out of here.
You're such a sucker.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's disgusting. All right.
I'll run them over at 95th Station in the morning.
Thank you. Okay, so wrapping things up, we're talking about the next person. So again, sisters and brothers, we have what's called the workers' contract. I can't encourage you more than enough to please get into this unofficial contract, the workers' contract. It is the bomb. Please, we have a spreadsheet where you can look at what people have entered. You can add things. You need the Google Sheets app and the Google Docs app to be able to interact, okay? Or just send a text message to me, the editor at the Justice Coalition, 224-935-3075. And just look at it, share it, because this is what we need to fight for. That garbage that they're giving us is garbage. It's not going to help us, and it's certainly not going to do anything for the people with poverty time jobs. Oops, I keep going to this thing. Okay, contract update files I just showed you again. Everybody who's watching, ChicagoTransitWorker.com. We are trying to put all the latest contract information from the ATU and the CTA there. Go right to the homepage. It's the third wide fat button at the bottom. here, view the official contract proposals. Please do that. You can share them, you can print them, you can do whatever you want with them. Read them online. You don't have to download anything. You don't need an app. You don't need to pay. Local 308 union meeting official report. I have the link for it. Also, union meeting reports, they are available at the website. Okay. Again, Union Reformation, chicagotransitworker.com. Click on Union Reformation and go to, okay. Oops, don't go there. Go to, oh, Eric, sorry, y'all. Here you go, right there on the homepage. Unofficial union meeting reports. Go there. We're starting to do local 241 reports too. It's kind of hard, Brother Andre and I, our schedules sometimes conflict, but here's where you're gonna find all the reports. Let me just knock through these other points. Okay, the contract petition. Okay, we have this contract petition where we're demanding that the union presidents give us more reports on what they're doing in the meetings. Every time they do a negotiation meeting, what are they doing? We're demanding that they put copies of the currently enforced contract in all the terminals, shops, and garages. Should we keep this contract going, everybody? Sorry, should we keep this survey going or should we close it? Any comments?
I think we should keep
Keep
it
it
going,
going.
Eric.
Okay, we're gonna keep it going. We're at 77 signatures. We need a few more. It would be
Yeah,
nice.
that's why we should keep it going. Yeah,
Okay, and here's the
Well, we
demand.
need to tell the people that it's still out there for them to sign.
exactly.
Okay,
Start talking about it more.
Or
promote.
put a little post out with very few words, let them know, hey, we still got the survey out there. Please go to the website and sign it. Because a lot of members
Right.
probably just forgot, they don't see it, they don't out of sight,
They don't know.
out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying?
Good, good. Okay. Anybody else disagree? If anyone disagrees, speak up. Good. Okay. Even if you disagree, it's okay. Okay, the $10,000 barbecue survey. Let's look at how it's feeding now. Let's see how many. I'm wondering if we should close it. This is the local 308 is having a $10,000 barbecue on the 14th. Let's look at the results, everybody. We got 48 responses. I think we should boycott this barbecue and organize a rally for contract issues. 72% are saying yes. I think the barbecue is a good idea. 83% are saying no. I think we need to spend our money on organizing protests and building up for bigger and stronger actions. 83% say yes. Should we keep this survey going or should we close it?
Keep it going because the barbecue haven't taken place yet. So we need to keep hammering it up until the date, a couple of days before the date.
Okay.
And we need to make a couple of posters about it every once in a while. And we want to know if 241 members are invited to eat a plate or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they just want to keep it to themselves.
No, Andre. No, they said that we're gonna be giving out T-shirts, and it's only gonna be for local 308. So, I mean, I think 241 should show up anyways. But it's really sad. They don't want to do anything with 241. They said so in the last contract action team meeting.
Yeah, but guess what? We're grown adults, so we can do what we want to do. They can't tell us to separate ourselves from each other, and we supposed to listen. I mean, we could, but we don't have to.
Or we can just go and protest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have our own little $10,000 barbecue.
Yeah.
Or have our own $5 barbecue with a couple of hot dogs with some signs and our bullhorn.
And have T-shirts.
Right. Okay.
Popping off T-shirt.
Popping off T-shirts.
Yeah.
Did you all, Nicole? Did you purchase a popping off T-shirt from?
I did not. I am in contact with Cheryl, and I'm gonna get one. And I
Okay.
think I'm gonna wear it to the union meeting is this week. Oh, I probably won't have it by then, but I need one. I'll wear it to the. Maybe if I can get in contact with her before
You can get
tomorrow.
it by because she got them. The only thing I do is let her know she'll meet you, or you can meet her at the train. She
Yeah,
works
I'm
at
gonna
the
have to meet
train
it because I'm gonna wear
station all the
mine to
time.
the union meeting this week. I'm wearing mine to the union meeting this
Are you
week.
gonna
So
go to the 10 o'clock one?
I cannot go to the 10 o'clock one because I'll be at work. I'm gonna go to the last one because I'll be off work at that time. I'm gonna go to I guess it's the 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody, please, let's, we got to promote the local 241 union meeting. So please encourage members to come and take over and pass motions and give them hell so that the union members can take control. You know, Keith Hill, President Hill was very scared of what we're doing because he's
Well,
very much
he'll be on his best behavior with visitors there because he don't want people talking about what they see.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, guys. He'll be on his best behavior when I'm there.
Oh, yes. Okay, good.
All of them will.
Good. So let's
I think we need to continue to promote both union meetings on a regular basis to get 308 members and 241 members to let's just keep connecting with each other. Let's keep visiting each other.
Yeah.
Every month we need to just hammer it.
Yeah, I agree. We have to promote them together because they're only a week apart. So 241 is this week and 308 is next week. They're close. Okay, everybody, another survey. I think we should keep it open, but I don't know what you all think. But for the next hour of power, we still don't have a date set up. We're looking at after the pick because it looks like pretty much me, Andre, and Kathy have been doing a lot of the lifting for the hour of power as far as in-person visits to garages and terminals. So we need time. We need lots of time. So we're not nailing down a date right now. It may be not until the fall, but we need people to decide democratically where the hour of power is going to be. So we have a survey out. We don't have a lot of responses. It'd be good to get some more responses. We got 6. And it looks like Harlem, Green Line, Lake Street, elevated is the biggest with 25%. Okay. And then Midway is trailing in second. Okay. And people have added, they wanted a Forest Glen. Jeff Park is there as a choice. Should we keep this going or should we announce to close it soon? Anybody?
I think we should keep it going.
Okay. Okay. Hour of power, keep it going. Promote it.
Yeah, and we need to. Eric, did you ever fix that little thing on the hour power you got on there next one, the 720? And I was telling you about that. Did you ever fix that?
Yeah, I put it on screen for those who are watching. You'll just see it just says the next hour of power. Yes, sir.
Yep, we just put a little hashtag on Facebook every once in a while. Where should we put the next hour of power? And people will join in because we starting to gain ground with things. The things we say, the more people are chiming in on what we say.
Yeah. And by the way, coworkers are always saying, man, you should protest here and you should protest there. I'm like, well, go ahead and do it. We'll support you. It's like, but you have to participate. And if the majority of the members people want to protest at 5, 6, 7, great. Vote for it. It's in the poll. But I'm going to tell you, it's not high up there. Okay. It's like way down here at 6.3%, So if the majority of the people don't want to protest at 5, 6, 7, we're not going to do it. But if members want to do a protest at 5, 6, 7, hell, we're going to help promote it. And some of us will be there, right? Simple. Okay. Union Secretary Credit Report poll. Let's take a look at that. How's that doing? So what we're saying is if you want to run for Union Secretary, Secretary Treasurer, you have to have a credit check. And you have to let us know what your credit report is. We got 7 responses. This is a small poll. It's kind of narrow. And the majority say yes. 85% say yes. Should we keep this poll going or close it? Any comments? I'm thinking of closing it. What do y'all
Well, let
think?
me just ask a question about the poll.
Yeah.
So we said credit check. What does that entail? Does it entail that the members know your credit or just your credit score?
You should share your credit report. So what do you think? It should just be your score?
Well, no, I think like for me, just with my credit, I'm not big on sharing my credit report with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not big on it, and I understand the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
But because that's just so personal to me. My credit is so personal to me.
Yeah. So you would
And I
vote no.
understand that if you want to run for office because you're handling all the money.
Yeah.
I don't want to seek office, but I just think that that's part of my personal life. I wouldn't share that. Would I let you know if I had a good credit score? Probably so. Because I think that if I had like a 700, 750, that would say that I particularly have good credit.
So should I change the poll?
Well, I think
Okay.
think so, in my opinion, just in my opinion, because credit is a big thing in my family. When I got married to my husband, and I'll just share this. When I married my husband, the first thing he said before we got married, he was like, do you mind if we check each other's credit score? And the reason why, to build up together. So I'm all good with that. But to like put my whole credit report out, I probably would have a problem with that.
So let's change the wording to credit score for union treasurers. And we'll say, do you believe that candidates for union treasurers should share their latest credit score?
Right, because I think if you say I got a 700 credit score, I got decent credit. But if you say you got if you show that you have a 500, then you don't got a good one without giving your personal things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Beautiful. Why change it? So then we changed, we improved, we clarified that, but we should keep this poll going, right?
Right. Yes. But I think that's important because if a person can manage their own credit, they'll be good at managing our credit with 241 and 308.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. They got all these outstanding, huge debts and
right.
It's kind of like, ugh, how many times you went bankrupt and now you want to
right
affairs, because I've heard some stuff about our current secretary in local 308 of, asking, borrowing money from people, even though, she makes money, a whole lot of money, as an operator, it was just weird.
Well, I can share this. Local 241 president filed bankruptcy, so he didn't have to pay the union back money.
Oh, awful.
Disgusting.
Awful. Okay, so we're going to keep that going. So again, we want to focus on, we have to push for 2-person crews, full-time jobs, and finding solutions to bring everybody on as full-time, okay? So, definitely discuss this with coworkers, put ideas out there, debate. We have to refine, how do we do this? And do it well so that when people come on full-time, they're not just full-time, but they have a decent life. Because really, frankly, if all you can do is operate a train or a bus for these very short breaks and all these trips, you're just going to break down. You're not going to survive to retirement. Anybody have opinions on the candidate forum questionnaire? We're trying to build a slate of candidates. I've already responded. So let me go to edit here. But I can't show the responses right now, but we have all these questions about people who might want to run for office. Any comments, questions about this? So, again, when you hear people say they want to run for office, and give them the link for the survey and let them fill it out. And if they meet our criteria, we can sponsor them on our slate. Any questions, any workplace discussion reports? We can pause the recording if you'd like. Okay. Yeah, we know what's going on with work. Our meeting is just about over. I had to say the assaults are getting worse. Let's be careful. The union leadership is trying to steer us into conceding to having a CTA police force. Yeah, I guess there's some validity to that, but again, the police do what the police do, and that is they arrest people, and then they leave the property with the people. They put them in jail, and then the people come out of jail with a record or a worse record, and then they keep assaulting people, okay, on the trains and the buses because they got nothing to lose. So we really need to address fundamental issues of our society as well as safety and security. The more uniformed workers we have, the better off we are. Full-time jobs, let people in the community work at the CTA in full-time jobs. That way they go back to their community and they build up their communities. If we have more security, more police, we just have to deal with the repercussions of that in our society. And if we rely on that, it may be a price that we have to pay down the line that we can't afford. Anyone have any comments on that?
I have a
I do.
comment on that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. When you
I'm
finish,
sorry.
I'll
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I can wait.
Mine is real short. Back to the police. The police are just writing citations, and these people are not what they care about a citation. The gentleman who assaulted me came into my station last week. Same guy came in my station, jumped over the turnstile, and looked at me like I dare you to say anything. So I don't know. Having a police on, what are they going to do? And I spoke to the Oak Park police, and they say their hands are tied. All they can do is write a citation. I mean, so I don't know. Like Cheryl was saying, maybe we need the high barrier gates. Maybe we need metal detectors. We need to go in a different route. CTA needs to go in a different route with these, because now these people are, like you said, Eric, they mental. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing. We the ones who have something to lose. They have nothing to lose. So something needs to be done, but I don't quite know what it is. But something. I don't know.
And yeah, and that's why I'm saying it does help to have more of an employee presence in uniform. It does reduce. Sometimes it makes them go somewhere else, if they see more of us. And the high barrier gates, yeah, Sister Cheryl, that's a great idea. But frankly, I think public transportation should be free. It's like a public library. You know what I mean? It's public transportation.
It is free. It's free now, Eric. They just jump over the turns. What do you mean? It's free. It is free. Yeah. They walk through the impaired gates just like whatever. So it's free now.
I get you. I get you where you're coming from. I'm saying though, no fares for anybody. That's what I mean. Then we build up ridership. You know what I mean? And then we can have these jobs because it's the service of the public. That's all I'm saying. But you're right. You got a point. Nicole.
Yeah. Eric, if you don't mind, can you take this part off and record for me?
Hang on. Go ahead. Wait a minute. No. Hang on. That's not the right button. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. Anyone doesn't want us to end, they still have one more thing they want to say, do it. Otherwise, see you next week, right? Thanks for joining us. Goodbye, everybody.
Be safe, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.